Middlesex made an ideal start to their NatWest T20 Blast campaign with a comfortable 69-run victory over Hampshire at Uxbridge. Malan was quickly looking to lead from the front as captain and was racing through the numbers as Best's opening over cost 17 runs, Malan taking his own boundary count to 5 off the first 5 balls he faced. There were some scintillating cricket shots, real class from both Middlesex openers, before Sterling found Gareth Andrew at short third man off Ryan McLaren to go for 14. 3 balls into the 4th over and Sterling was quickly followed back to the pavilion by Nick Gubbins, who picked out Smith in the deep off Andrew to go for a golden duck. With Milan still in top-notch form, Middlesex took 53 runs off the 6 overs of power play, however, and the skipper continued to press on. Hampshire employed 7 bowlers in the opening 9 overs, the 7th of them, Liam Dawson, conceding the first 6 of the match to who else but Malan, who in the same over reached his brilliant 50 off just 27 balls with 8 fours and that maximum included. It was a superb performance from the stylish left-hander, who was at his very best. As this shot proved, Mason Crane won't have been too pleased with the long hop, but it was very well dispatched over extra cover for another 6, as Middlesex reached 94 for 2 at the halfway stage of their innings. But in the next over, Adam Voges, who'd added 59 runs for the 3rd wicket with Malan top edged a sweep off Dawson, to be caught behind for nicely compiled 23. Next ball and 3 figures were on the board, Malan clearing the rope for a 3rd time. He did something similar soon afterwards, Smith with the poor ball this time to be struck over long off, as Malan closed in on what would have been a 3rd T20 century. 2 balls later, John Simpson, with a very clean hit down the ground, saw the ball fly straight over the sight screen. It started to rain 6s, Malan with his 5th in the next over from Shide Afridi, Middlesex with 150 runs on the board with 6 overs still remaining. But Malan, just 7 short of what would have been a terrific ton, made off 48 balls, edged a drive off Andrew to Tino Best and departed with his side on 155 for 4 after 15. Without a further run being added, Simpson on 15 was well held off his own bowling by Afridi, who then had Ryan Higgins stumped to finish his spell with figures of 2 for 27. 3 wickets had fallen for 4 runs and it slowed Middlesex up, but James Franklin and Toby Rowland-Jones struck some late boundaries to take their side to a competitive 195 for 6 at the end of their 20 overs. Hampshire's reply began with a stunning catch. Running some distance from 3rd man was Nathan Sow to the sub to give James Fuller a wicket in his first over, the 2nd of the innings. Jimmy Adams was the man out, but his opening partner Michael Carberry put that loss behind him with this 6 off Rowland-Jones to end the 3rd over with 23 runs on the board. The 4th from Harry Podmore was expensive, Adam Wheater carving him for 3 successive boundaries over point, while Carberry struck a 2nd maximum in quick succession to give the visitors the start they were looking for, in spite of the loss of Adams. The 5th over also began with a 6, another uppercut by Wheater, this time carrying the distance. So the timing was just right for Middlesex to bag the wicket of Wheater for a rapid 30, Ravi Patel with a simple catch at wide mid-on, which left the visitors on 55 for 2. Next ball and Hampshire were 3 down, Rowland-Jones removing Irvin's middle stump. It was game very much on. Yet more so when Podmore switched ends to get shot of Carberry for 15, Simpson with the catch to leave Hampshire on 63 for 4 in over number 7. That became 64 for 5 in the next as Afridi made the mistake of trying to make the most of a misfield on the cover boundary by Fuller. The Pakistani was run out for 8 and Hampshire lost their 4th wicket for 9 runs in 12 balls. And it got even better for Middlesex as Patel bowled Ryan McLaren, and their next ball Smith edged the spinner behind. From 55 for 1, Hampshire had by now slumped to 77 for 7, job just about done. Became 96 for 8 as Andrews slogged at Sterling and was bowled. But Dawson hadn't given up yet, ruining Patel's figures a little, the spinner though still finishing with the fine figures of 2 for 27 from his 4 overs. Dawson hit another maximum before holding out to Rowland-Jones off Podmore for a quick fire 46, leaving the last pair to find 75 runs for Hampshire. They didn't get close, Best finding Podmore in the deep off Fuller as Hampshire were dismissed for 126. And that gave Middlesex a comprehensive win by 69 runs to start their Blast season in an ideal fashion. Next up in this competition is a debut for Brendon McCullum at Merchants Taylor School against Gloucestershire on Thursday. 5:30 start, don't miss it.